Hi guys! Today's video is going to be slightly different as recently we've come across a small problem. Well, actually, it's a rather big problem. But before we get into that, if you'd like to help out with future videos, mail me on Winstar. My name is Baruna Pandahill. Just keep in mind that we do require Discord.
Three, funky.
So I just woke up an hour ago to a call from a stable hand, and I'd been taking a short vacation from the barn, which is why I haven't been posting. She called to tell me that she had noticed some issues with Bean, and I rushed to the barn just to check it out. And when I got there, she was telling me that his strides have been shorter and there were these strange rings on his hooves, which honestly, it made my heart sink because the last few horses that I've seen with those symptoms had laminitis. So I got to the barn about 45 minutes ago to see Bean myself, and he was leaning on his back hooves to take the weight off of his front hooves, which is again another sign of laminitis, but I'm trying to stay positive just in case it's something else. I called the vet just to confirm my suspicions, and before she gets here, I'm gonna go grab something to eat because it is still very early in the morning at the barn, so I'm starving. The vet came as quickly as possible to come check out Bean, and unfortunately that morning I did not receive good news. The vet had confirmed that it was most likely laminitis. She gave me some anti-inflammatory medicine to give to Bean, and even though we caught it pretty early on, it was clear that Bean would have to be permanently retired, meaning he can't do any more lessons. You might be wondering why Woody is here too, and you might think it's to comfort Bean, which it is helpful, isn't the case. Woody has had minor arthritis for a while now, but he's remained in the lesson program. We've been monitoring Woody for a while now, and he's been well enough to continue doing easy lessons, and we've been keeping an eye on him as well as putting him on non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medicines to help. Recently I've noticed his arthritis has grown in severity, so I wanted to get it checked out. After the vet had confirmed that Woody's arthritis had gotten worse and Bean does indeed have laminitis, Clara, April, and I decided it was best to retire them both. You might not see the issue in this, but it's actually extremely bad timing because in a couple of months we will be beginning pony camp. And without Woody and Bean, a lot of things would have to change. You see, we only have 4 other beginner horses: Pandora, Hank, Faye, and Roxy. While Pandora and Hank are good to go, Roxy is much too tall and a bit too hard for the younger ones to control, and Faye has a very sensitive mouth. Because of this, I've only been letting teenager and adult beginners ride her, as well as the intermediate kids. The pony camp can't run on only Pandora and Hank, so before summer comes, we had to find replacements. My first solution was to ask a couple boarders to borrow their ponies for pony camp in return for a few free lessons. You may remember Rebecca and her pony Bear, and Rebecca had already offered up Bear, and I gladly accepted. The second pony we're borrowing for pony camp is my niece's pony named Cupid. Cupid and my niece Margaret have recently started jumping, and Cupid is the absolute sweetest pony and takes great care of her riders. You can see in these clips of Cupid and Margaret that I have with one of their last lessons with April. While the solution of borrowing boarders' ponies isn't permanent, I really like it because I already know and trust the horses that I'll be teaching with, so I've got no need to worry too much. Cupid is a 16-year-old Bashkir curly mare who has been doing lessons for years until she was sold to my niece. Since then, they've attended pony camps together, and they're both honestly such a cute duo. Unfortunately, Rebecca and Margaret were the only boarders that had suitable ponies for me to use, and 4 horses isn't enough to pony camp. On average, we have about 5 kids in each lesson in pony camp, and even if we had 5 horses, we need to let them rest as they can't be doing a total of over 2 hours worth of lessons every day for weeks. Meaning, ideally, we would have 7 horses to work with, which is still quite a bit more than 4. The following scenes will be from last year's pony camp, which was when JSEC was still extremely new. Because of this, we were only accepting a few intermediate students for the pony camp. The one riding Via is one of them. Since we didn't have enough ponies to do pony camp, our first idea was to reduce the number of students a week to 9, meaning we would have 3 kids in each lesson and 3 kids in the entire day. The issue with this is we'd lose out on a lot of money, meaning some of our projects for the future will have to be put on hold. The second solution is to find 2 to 3 new lesson horses as soon as possible. Now, I wouldn't mind this as it would mean I could extend the amount of lessons we accept in the following year. The biggest issue with this is I have less than 3 months to find suitable horses, have them test ridden, purchase them, then put them in a couple lessons to get a feel for how they ride. That is if I can even find enough suitable ponies in that time. Now, I know this is a very different video, but a very important one to make. Following this video, I'll also upload videos about trying out the lesson horses I found, introducing you to the ones I pick, and eventually what pony camp is like. That is all assuming there's suitable horses on the market. Anyways, that's all in today's video, and I'll see you all next time.